Hello, everybody. As I may or may not have promised last night, providing updates from day one of the Class A and B state basketball tournaments. First of all, thank you, everybody, for those who watched not only live yesterday, but who came back and watched it later and shared it. And I certainly appreciate you guys doing that. I have snuck back to my hotel room, my home away from home for the weekend, the Fairfield Inn and Suites here in Oklahoma City. You guys be sure to give them a call next time you want to get a room here in Oklahoma City. They always take really good care of us here. As you can see, my king-size bed behind me, proof that I have not taken a nap today. I know a lot of people think that's about all I do half the time is take a nap, but my bed is immaculate. I have not touched it. But anyway, once again, just thank you, everybody, for watching yesterday. And I'm just going to, like I said, give some updates from day one of the state tournament. And just a reminder to everybody to download the Skordle app. You can definitely get some up-to-the-minute scoring, not only here at the Class A and B state tournament taking place in Oklahoma City, but all of the playoff games going on around the state. And then not just basketball. Baseball scores are being posted on there, some soccer scores. So really it is the high school scoring app. Go download Skordle. Just more than enough information for you on there. And as I said, later in the week, or later in the weekend, I should say, on Saturday, be looking for some features from Skordle. Myself will be joined by some people who actually know what they're talking about and break down the state championship games after tomorrow's contest, and then also throughout the day Saturday, we'll be interviewing some players and coaches from some state championship teams, and those will be going up as well. So download the Skordle app, go follow Skordle on Facebook. Skordle has a YouTube page and all that jazz. Hello, Mr. Wallace, a former Dover High School legend himself. Anyway, all right, let's jump into it. Class A, and I'm not breaking down any games here. That's what Brad Croft can do for you. He's Mr. Radio Guy with the radio voice. He can break down that ceiling game for you. I'm not going to break it down. I'm just going to tell you what's happened today and give you a chance to go, ha ha, you were wrong, you stupid idiot, or chance for me to say, ha ha, I was right, you stupid idiots. Anyway, I was not wrong about ceiling, apparently, as ceiling was all over Stonewall, 69-25. Gonzalo de la Torre, that's a trainer extraordinaire right there. You want to get jacked, go see Gonzo. Just seeing some names pop up here. Sorry if I'm missing people. I'm missing a lot of things that are popping up. But anyway, ceiling 69-25 over Stonewall as the Lady Cats, I think, forced 34 turnovers in that game. Rayleigh hit 5 3-pointers, and if Ceiling is hitting from long range, just absolutely forget about it. Carly Gore, double-double. Macy Gore, 14 points. Ceiling just kind of did his thing. Started to kind of put things together there and really dominated, moved into the semifinals. We'll take on Surreal. To me, the biggest question mark for Class A girls in the first round was Surreal and Glencoe. I wasn't really sure how that one would go, and turned out it was a pretty close game, 59-56. Surreal held on to beat Glencoe. I believe used a big 19-0 run early on to go up 25-6. That's why I say they held on. But Glencoe is finished. Chelsea Lazenby should be noted, 2,744 career points. That's 5th on the all-time list. A list that will have a new leader probably tomorrow night when Taylor Roberts plays for Classen. She should overtake Stephanie McGee on that list. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I am literally using a trash can as a prop for my iPad, so that way I can have my laptop over here to my left and my phone, some more. We still got some games going on, so I'm trying to keep up to date on some things. Anyway, it's Ceiling versus Surreal in the 10:30 game tomorrow morning at the fairgrounds. That's the second game of the day at the fairgrounds. That is one semifinal. The other one, now here's where I was wrong yesterday. I thought Frontier would get Pond Creek Hunter and avenge last year's loss in the first round. Pond Creek Hunter is back as Pond Creek trying to make its third straight trip to the state finals, has at least made it to the semifinals as they upset number 3 Frontier 50-47. Now there's the videographer, Jerry McStitt, has joined us. I guarantee you, if you want to see some video from today's little mega game, just go follow Jerry McStitt on Facebook, and he'll have some fantastic little mega video. But anyway, Pond Creek Hunter in the semifinals, and it looks like it's going to be a rematch of last year's semifinal game against Okarche, as Okarche at last count was up 42-26, and this was a few minutes ago, 42-26 on Sentinel in their quarterfinal game. So at noon it will be more than likely, barring a collapse by the Lady Warriors, number 2 Okarche against number 7 Pond Creek, as I said, in a rematch of last year. That will be at noon, so those games are back-to-back. The finals at 1:45 p.m. on Saturday. Let's go to the Class A boys. Let's see, first game of the day, 2 o'clock. That was one of the better games of the day, actually. Pond Creek Hunter going 2 for 2 today, and fell behind, I believe, 14 points to New Lima before mounting a big comeback. But Cole Jones, he was sick today. I mean, literally sick. He threw up on the court, according to Scott Wright from the Oklahoman, like threw up on the court, vomited on the court, and so they had to stop the game and clean that up. But around the vomit, he was knocking down some threes in the second half. He scored 33 points as Pond Creek Hunter came back to beat New Lima 71-68. Cade Tracy and Cole Jones combined for 9 three-pointers in the second half. So a big comeback there for Pond Creek Hunter, who will play okay in the second half. In the second round tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Okay, 79-69 against Surreal. As Scott Wright, he tweeted, he heard okay was better than okay. He watched a certain video yesterday, and he certainly was impressed by the Mustangs as they got out to a big lead, tried to give it up, but ended up prevailing 79-69 over Surreal. If you want to see a fun game, hopefully, they can. Sometimes they don't always play out like you hope. 2 teams that can really light it up, whether it's fouls or missed shots or just any number of reasons. Sometimes these games don't turn out the way that we hope they do. But OK and Pond Creek Hunter are going to have a shootout tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. We hope. A game that was not a shootout, Regent Prep and Frontier, 31-28. Yawn. That's Regent Prep's pace. That's what they want to do. They want to slow it down and really make you grind it out. Frontier had a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Got a decent look, I guess. Didn't go in. So Regent Prep is into the semifinals, and just its 3rd year in the OSSAA, it's making a 2nd trip to state. And last year beat out by Fort Cobb Broxton, which right now is playing Arapahoe Butler. And speaking of yawn, that was Arapahoe doing what it's got to do to stay in the game. It really tried to slow the pace. I believe that was 19-7 at halftime, as Arapahoe Butler had fallen behind Fort Cobb Broxton. Cameron Hines did have 3 fouls. That works in Arapahoe's favor, but Callan Hines had a big 4-point play, I believe, kind of sparked his team. But anyway, that was 19-7 at the half, and it's probably going to be more the same tomorrow, assuming that Fort Cobb holds on. They will play Regent Prep tomorrow night at 9 p.m. in the final game at the Big House. Regent Prep's going to try to slow that one down again and try to corral the Mustangs. Boy, it was a bad pun, but I used it. Let's go to Class B boys. Right now, the last game of the day is going on there. After 3 quarters, Leedy is leading Burlington 51-34. This was the class that I said I had the least idea as to who was going to prevail in this one. I ended up picking Calumet to beat Leedy, and right now those picks are looking okay. Calumet had a big second half and beat Tyrone 62-46. The Island kid went off right around 30 points, I believe, but I tell you, he can light it up when he catches fire. And Tyrone's first trip to the state tournament ends with a loss. Kenta got a big game all the way around, 69-52 over Weber's Falls, another team making its first trip. So Kenta and Calumet, it's they call it breakfast at the big house. I call it's the butt crack of dawn, and you're at the big house, 9 a.m. Sorry, Jada Haney, for the foul language there. Kenta and Calumet. Could be a fun game. I'm going to try to make it up there as early as possible for that one. As I said, they tip off at 9 a.m. And it's looking like if Leedy holds on against Burlington, the Bison will play LaFleur in a rematch of last year's semifinal, as LaFleur beat Earlsboro 68-63. That game will be at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow at State Fair Arena, or if you're watching this later, a little bit later today. Class B girls, they were playing at Deer Creek. The third game of the day just ended a little bit ago. Lomega, really no problems with Duke. A good tidbit that I didn't even think about last night, and I was thinking about, or read about it today in the paper, probably a Jacob Unruh tidbit. Duke coach Rick Wilson, well known obviously across the state. He's won everywhere he's gone. Well, getting Duke into the state tournament, he's now gotten a team into state in every classification, so not too shabby there. Of course, Rick, won numerous state titles all over the place. But his team no match for Lomega. Tried to keep it slow early, but Lomega got it going and really dominated the second and third quarters there to prevail in that one. And it will be Lomega taking on Varnum. I know a lot of the Leedy fans are disappointed as Varnum came back to knock off Leedy 45-43 in the first game of the day. So it's going to be number 1 Lomega against number 4 Varnum as those seats hold. They play at 7:30 tomorrow night, Friday night, at State Fair Arena in one semifinal game. And in fact, it looks like all the seeds are going to hold in the first round, as number 3 Kremlin Hillsdale was too much for Burlington, 40-33. A couple of Cherokee Strip Conference foes there. Should be noted, I guess, 3 teams from the Cherokee Strip Conference in the state tournament, Lomega being the other, and Kremlin Hillsdale 40-33 in with the 24-3 mark into the semifinals at 6 p.m. So they'll play just before Lomega and Varnum, and it looks like it's going to be number 2 Hammond, as Hammond was all over Sasakwa in their quarterfinal game. So really. Not much you can make fun of me of for yesterday, other than just stammering and telling a lot of stupid stories that nobody really cares about. But like I said, kind of Class B girls is holding up the way I thought it was. I knew that Class B boys I was really clueless about, but looking like my 2 favorites are going to make it in. I think the biggest miscue on my part was picking the Frontier girls to win. I know Eric Smith is probably pretty sick right now, but Palm Creek Hunter, no shame in losing to them. And the rest of it is kind of playing out the way I thought it would. We'll see if that holds up. Anyway, the rest of those games are finishing up. Not as many live viewers tonight, but I really didn't expect it to, because anybody that really gives a crap about this has probably had a basketball game as we speak. But I'm hoping you guys will share this. And I know Skordle is probably going to put it on their pages, and I appreciate that. But sure, check back tomorrow. As I said, I may try to squeeze in a little mini session between sessions from the big house. I doubt I'll make it for the butt crack of dawn, but I will be up there at some point because I do want to catch some of that early game, but I will be there throughout the day. And maybe between sessions provide some updates on what is going on at the big house.